Good morning, everybody. Happy Easter. Let's get everything set up here this morning. Waiting for it to register on the site. I was sick last week, but I'm here this week, and I got a good vibe going on. Let's see here, buddy. All right. Let's get the live pulled up on the screen over here. Happy Easter again. Hope everybody's doing great. Having a good day. Let's get you guys pulled up so I can see what's going on here. I'm in a mood this morning. I got Prof playing in the background, which is probably one of my most favorite artists. Puts me in a great mood. And I got Gorgeous George with me this morning. You guys are all set up down here. I don't know where he's going. Where are you going, dude? He's running off in my back. I hope everybody got something cool in their Easter basket this morning. Our good friend Sonia, it's an egg week for her. She'll probably be joining us here soon. Morning, Candy. Glad to see you made it this week. Again, sorry about last week, dude. I was sick, so I couldn't make the live stream last week. It just wasn't gonna happen. Alexa, volume down. I'm competing here. And I burned my tongue off. Right. Yeah, this is actually my second cup of coffee this morning. And you'd be happy to know that I finished filming the episode for Darwin yesterday. I just have to edit it and get it all ready to go. So that'll be out this week. I'm hoping to finish it up tonight and get that out onto the channel so you guys can get some cool information about respiratory infections and like what you're supposed to do when that happens with your snake. So that's going to be an educational piece as well as an introduction piece because you guys haven't met Darwin yet. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting episode. And then I have Vera's episode that I'm finishing up too. I'll finish filming that probably after the big Easter egg hunt at my mom's today. And I'll finish that one up, get these episodes out. It's been a rough move, but we're getting there. Dude. Okay. George just he's not into it this morning. What are you doing, buddy? I feel like you're gonna fall. Come here. I actually think George is in shed. He's looking a little dull this morning. Check him out. He's looking a little dull, and then look at his belly. This is always a good way to tell. So you can see it on camera. There. See that pink? For anybody watching, that's new with snakes. That pink means that, I don't know if you can see it that well in the camera. That pink belly, there we go. That pink belly there says that he's in shed. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, especially with these darker morphs. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, I have so many different snakes, so yeah, the lighter ones are a little easier to tell. But he just doesn't look as dull. He looks a little dull, you know what I mean? But he's not, his eyes aren't in blue, so I didn't realize it till just now that he's actually probably in shed. So I'm probably gonna have to switch him out with a different snake here soon. Maybe I'll get something you guys haven't seen yet. Got a beautiful bull snake. I just got an African house snake. So maybe we'll pull those out. Sonia, our friend Sonia, she had eggs hatched this week. So she's got 3 healthy babies, and she's been sending pictures, and we kind of go back and forth about it. You know what I mean? I've been picking on her about getting a house snake, but then I found this all black one that just happened to be available to me, so I went and picked it up. And when I put George back, maybe I'll go get the house snake, and you guys can see her. I haven't named her, so might be looking for help with a name. So let's see. Let's see. Esanova. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thiago Gutierrez. Good morning. Glad to see you here. Make sure you hit the like button so we can keep doing this every week. This is Coffee with Snakes Live, Earthbound Misfits. And every week, Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern, we do this live stream where I just sit around, drink coffee, and pull out snakes and talk about snakes and answer questions about husbandry and snakes and all that neat stuff. So, for those of you who've been in the channel for a while, if you look at the background, look at that. What's in that big enclosure, right? What is in there? What's in there? It's coming. It's coming. Thanks, Thiago. Happy Easter. You got eggs this week, Sonia. Welcome. You got eggs this week, so it's legit. Well, you got babies this week. You've had eggs, but your eggs has this week, so it's like legit Easter week for you, man. That's pretty cool. I was happy to see that. I'm super, super happy for you. I know you're excited. Yep, you have hatchlings. Exactly, exactly. Um, so yeah, we were just talking like gorgeous. This is Gorgeous George. He's a GHI ball python. His his morph makes him look like he has train graffiti, right? And GHI and the morph stands for gotta have it. I don't know who names these morphs. I don't make them up, so I mean, it's a pretty funny name to me. Because you think when you hear GHI, you think it's like some technical term, but it's not. It's just gotta have it. Egg emancipation, yeah. So we'll give George here just a little bit. We get going, and then I'll go get out the house snake that I have, um, because I don't mind showing that snake beforehand. You know, with Darwin, he was sick when I got him, so I had to make sure he was healthy. This other snake that's actually in that enclosure right there. Yeah, that one right there. The big enclosure. And you see I have hides up on the ceiling so far, big plants. I got a couple vines in there. So that is this is my dog. Well, kind of. That is a good clue as to what might be in there. It is arboreal. So there's another clue. Um, in 2 years, I've had my snakes. I caught one drinking this morning. I seen the picture when you sent it to me, and that's awesome. I love it. I love catching them drinking. I've got Gorgeous George with like and Mojo. I got pictures of them with like droplets of water, like on their face from having their face in the water bowl. It's cute, and I think I have a short up of them drinking water, not like Jack or anything. They're the cutest when they drink water. You can barely even tell except for the water ripples, right? Yeah, it's pretty dope. Um, it's Easter, and this morning I'm gonna go to my mom's and meet my kids and wife. Well, I guess they're gonna come and grab me up. I'm just gonna ride with them, but we're gonna go have an Easter hunt. Get to spend some time with them today, so that's gonna be fun. I missed them tremendously. 2 years. She's hungry. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always a good way to figure out, especially if you have a snake on a hunger strike, like with ball pythons, they're notorious for hunger strikes. So I learned over the years that instead of constantly offering when they're on hunger strikes, just kind of wait for them to show that they're hungry. They'll come out and surf and all that neat stuff. So pretty cool. Um, but that's a good indication that if they're out hunting looking for food, they're probably ready for a meal and they're done. They're done waiting. Um, let's see what else we got going on today. I gotta go back through all this. I haven't looked at the chat yet. I just keep seeing little stuff down here. Yeah, the little cheeks moving in and out. Oh, come on, buddy. What are you doing back here? Okay, he's got himself wrapped in the chair. I'm just going to put him there for now. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does here. I've been free roaming everybody quite a bit lately. and they're loving it. They're loving it, especially Mojo. Of course, you guys know, those of you that watch the channel every week, you know Mojo is like super. He's got a huge personality. So he's out like roaming around, looking at everybody else's enclosures as he passes by. He's just been really funny. I had him out last night for a while, and I just kind of let him free roam, and eventually climb back into his enclosure before I went to bed. Did I miss somebody else there? Hi, Bob Jack. How you doing? Welcome to Earthbound Misfits. This coffee with snakes, and I have Gorgeous George down here. He's taking off on me. Yeah, I free handle. Yep. Um, I always let them. I usually let them choose to come out. So I usually don't force my snakes out of their enclosures. I usually, I'm choice based handling pretty much for the most part, unless I have to inspect them, or I'm just gonna wake one of them up to come out for the live stream. Um, but other than that, yeah, then I let them free roam all the time. So, uh, and that's kind of what he's doing now. I don't know if you guys can see him. I guess you can see the radiant heat panels down there, huh? So that'll tell you something too. I'm working on enclosures. I built this 4x4x2, and the one underneath it, I built, my buddy Cody built these three. Those are Cody's Exotics and Custom Enclosures. That's where these came from. But I built these other two here, and then I have four more 4x2x2 enclosures. I got one actually sitting right here that I'm getting ready to put the doors on. So a lot of more snakes to house in the actual reptile room. Let's go see what Gorgeous George is doing here. Let's see what side of that. Can you guys see him? I don't think you can see him. Maybe you can. No, I think it's on the opposite side. He would not be free handling, right? Where we at? Happy Easter, JF. Got a free handle. Yeah, and that's essentially what I do, right? Is I free handle my snakes for the most part. I love to let them free and kind of roam around and do their own thing. Um, but there are some parts. Yeah, look at his belly. There's some spots in here that aren't quite ready for them to free roam, so I got to keep an eye on them. I'm probably gonna have to go put this guy back because he is not feeling it today. Are you, buddy? No, he's not. It's that red belly. He's getting ready to shed. He just wants to be left alone. So I'm probably gonna have to go put him back, unfortunately. Um, but like I said, I got a couple snakes some new ones you guys haven't seen that I can show you. There's two I'm still kind of keeping secret until I release the episodes, but I got two new ones I'm willing to show you. So to build me something, yeah, yeah, I definitely can. I'm trying to, like, I'm perfecting my builds for mine. Like when I build my enclosures, so I'm trying to perfect the hardware and exactly how I want to design them. But I definitely have some for sale. Definitely. I think my 4x2x2s are going to be around $400. Um, they have at least a 4-inch substrate lip. I can customize that. Um, Plexiglass doors, high-end acrylic glass doors. So I can ship, but shipping fees are going to be quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, I got a couple friends of mine that just got new snakes last week, so I'm kind of thinking they're going to join the live here eventually because I know they got a lot of questions. I've been answering and trying to help them out all week. Petco. One of my friends got a new snake from Petco, and they told, "You good, bro?" And they told them to, oh, Aspen's fine, and so yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm glad to see a snake gets rescued from Petco, but if you ever go there, like, don't take their husbandry advice. Just, just don't. They're not experts. They just work on a job. All right. I'm going to go put George back, I think. I'll go put George back real quick. Yeah, it breaks my heart to see them in there too. And then, like, they don't know the morphs. They don't know much about the snakes. And they think they could just keep them all the same. And that's not the, that's not the case at all. So, yeah, I hate going to pet stores like that. Like, my pet store is great because they specialize in exotics, right? So, husbandry's on point for, pet store keeping. Nobody's on Aspen, none of the snakes. It's They're just really good. They're really on point about. So like if I'm gonna go to a pet store, it's gonna be probably an exotic pet store specifically. You know what I mean? Unless PetSmart has something I need right now, it's kind of last resort. Oh, maybe you are. But your snakes are a little different too. Your snakes can be in arid environments, which is pretty good. But if you have like a ball python and you have it on aspen and you're trying to keep humidity up, that aspen is gonna mold. It's gonna mold. It's gonna stink, and when they eat, if it gets stuck to their food, it can cause impact. So for ball pythons specifically, and humid loving snakes, humidity loving snakes, that is probably not the substrate you want to keep them on. Right, you don't have to keep up humidity, exactly. But when we're talking about African house snakes, ball pythons, tropical species, they need that humid environment, so it's important. And so yeah, for them, like my bull snake, I keep her on cocoa and rough the bark. Um, right. I keep her on Reptibark because they love to burrow, and it's easier substrate for her to burrow in. You know what I mean? And she can be an arid snake. She doesn't have to be. Uh, Her humidity doesn't have to be up or anything like that. Yeah, we don't do religion or politics on this channel. Thank you. I hope you're having a great day. Happy Easter. In the most secular sense. DOP. What's DOP? Are you using AI again? Or not AI, but Siri, right? That requires different substrate. I'll probably change them too, just so I have the same for everyone. Yeah, that's probably a good idea too. It's just convenience, you know what I mean? But I mean, you're in an arid spot right now, so it's not like, um, what's up, baby? So it's not like you need to really worry about it. So I don't know what's going on with my phone here. I tell you what, we're gonna just hit this. Sorry, guys. There we go. So yeah, what do you think? Should I bring out the house snake or the bull snake? I know Sonya's gonna say the house snake. What I let slip. Oh, I don't know. It's a live stream. I don't think I let something slip. Did I? I don't think I did. Oh yeah, bull. No, no, I'm perfectly happy. Like I said, I have two of them that I can bring out. I don't really, I, they're babies, and I love those species. But the other two, I think, are so much more interesting. Yeah, you want to bring out the house snake or the bull? Candy says bull. You say house. Maybe we'll do both. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go put Gorgeous George back. You guys check out the background. So I got that all. You see my Mad Hatter? Wait, wait. You see my Mad Hatter hat up there? Yeah, I was a Mad Hatter for Halloween one year. And there's also a PVC high with a chimpanzee crawling out up there. Do you guys see that? Neither of them will last long because they're babies. Yeah. Well, and the bull snake is very, very flighty. Um, they are, they're they have, okay, so they have like this huge display that they put on. She hasn't done that for me yet, but they'll stand up, they hiss, they rattle their tail. But she is like, the bull snakes are like so less likely to bite. It's crazy. I did the white rabbit. We did a whole entire 1 year. The entire family, like Melody was, Alice. I was the Mad Hatter. We and the kids were like the white rabbit, the caterpillar, and the knight. And I'm missing one. The white rabbit, the caterpillar, the white knight. Oh, Cheshire Cat. How could I forget Cheshire Cat's Alice in Wonderland? Yeah, I'll take you on a close up tour. The episodes that I'm shooting are actually from a different angle than this. So, like when I did Darwin's, when I finished up Darwin's episode yesterday, um, it's gonna be cool. Queen of Hearts, of course you would. Yeah, Queen of Hearts. But you're not an off with her head kind of person, man. You're a sweetheart. Well, here you are. On my channel, you are. Maybe when you're not with your tribe, maybe things are different for you. But yeah, let me go put George back. We're all mad here. Have days. Okay, I guess you're right. Everybody has days. I'm gonna put Gorgeous George back. I'll grab a different snake. Let's see which one I come out with. So hang tight for a second. Take a drink of your coffee. I go back to the reptile room, and I'll be back with something else. All right. Let's see. Come on, George. Come on, George. Okay. Sorry. I'm always doing an inspection when I pull them out. She was just making noise at me, so I'm just trying to look her over real quick. Here's the bull snake. It's my baby bull. She's very quick, she moves very, very fast, and her scales are slightly keeled. So she's got this really cool feel to her. And I think she's pretty awesome. She's not going to let me keep her out for long, but she is a Trumbo. I'll figure it out. I'll get it right. But she obviously doesn't look like a regular bull snake. I don't know if you guys can see, but her scales here are almost gold looking. And I've I've seen other bull snakes like this, and I almost bought like an original bull, and but I thought this would be more interesting. You know, I like the original morphs. Like I like the way snakes look originally. But I've seen so many bull snakes in the community, and I've never seen anybody own one like this. So no name yet, no name yet. Just trying to get her through, showing up and being here. If I get her to sit still for a minute, if you look right under her eyes, it looks like she has black lightning. Where are you at? There you are. See that? Oh, she's so beautiful. Her head shape is awesome. She is so much different than everything else that I have here. So yeah, she's pretty dope, dude. I like her a lot, and I'm hoping to socialize her a little more so she's not as scared when I bring her out. But her being colubrid, she's gonna be constantly on the move usually and not really relaxing a lot. So which is cool. You know, I've been trying to diversify quite a bit, and I got one particular snake, so it would make me step my husbandry up even more. So, Carol Gayton, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I don't know what John Markin is. John Markin, am I saying that right? I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. I say Black Lightning. Um, Look, she's beautiful. She is beautiful. Are you from Carolina, England? From Carol, England? I'm sorry, baby. Yeah. Welcome from the other side of the pond, I think, right? Our buddy Glenn, he comes by every now and then from the Snake Shack. They're from over there in England, and um, they got some pretty cool snakes, man. They got a lot more than I do, but he's always posting all these cool videos. So, Cribos and Indigos, yeah, yeah. I wonder why you don't have a racer, Candy. You love racers. I know you love racers so much. I kind of always wonder, like, why don't you have a racer? Some type. I got two more snakes I'm gonna pick up that I have on my species list. I gotta move some snakes around, but oh, is there? Oh, you're right. There's a snake on my hand, and she's beautiful. She's a beautiful little bull snake. Yep, she's new to the Den of Misfits, so she's just a baby. She's not very long. Very nervous, very curious. So bull snakes are really cool. They put on some of the coolest displays when they're feeling defensive. They will stand and rear up on their backs and arch up. They buck, they hiss, and they have one of the loudest hisses in the snake world. Honestly, for colubrids, for especially for species like this, they make a very, very, very loud and intimidating hiss, and it's really cool. But they rarely bite, right? A lot of times their defense is all show. Not that anything with a mouth can bite, obviously, but they're so much less likely to bite you. And then they also rattle their tails to seem like a rattlesnake, and which is probably pretty dangerous for them when it comes to contact with humans. What are you doing there? I'm seeing if she'll do any of that behavior while she's out. And here in a few, I'm going to actually switch her out for the African house snake, and you guys can check her out. Check out the house snake too. They're both female, um, both really cool snakes. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted a bull. And they get pretty, I mean, they get pretty big for, you would think a bull snake, people who don't know snakes, you would think this snake's not going to get very big, but this snake is actually a baby. What? This snake is actually a baby, and she's going to get quite large. Cartilage in there, right? That enables them to hiss with air going right, and that's what makes it so loud. I guess I should point those facts out, but I'll do that in her episode. So until then, you keep filling people in with the facts about bull snakes. Okay? Thank you. Yes, but that's why they're so loud. And she is, I haven't had a lot of time to spend with her. I've only had her for, well, since the move. So about 3 weeks, I think I've had her. Sonia and Candy, you guys probably know. I probably sent you pictures. But yeah, it's only been a few weeks. I haven't had a lot of time to work with her yet. And this is my first bull snake, actually. So I'm kind of wondering how this is going to go. It's going to be neat. Without fear. How do you hold a snake or even be near one without fear? Well, snakes generally only bite, and we say this on this channel a lot. Good question, though. Snakes only generally bite in defense or when feeding, right? So Um, the babies can be a little bitey sometimes, but that's kind of natural, you know. But they make, yeah, I'm getting to that point. They make great pets. They really do. They don't poop on your floor. Well, okay, so they don't poop on your floor unless you just let them, right? But like they don't tear up your carpet or nothing like that, and they get used to you. You can actually socialize almost any animal. Um, sweetie, yeah, their nasal passages. I'm listening. Their nasal passages make them breathe a little weird. So, um, yeah, you just kind of, I don't know. You know, I've never really been scared of snakes or animals or anything like that. I've always been really curious as to what they're about and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how to answer your question. Um, I've been bitten, and that's taught me that a snake bite isn't as bad as like a dog or a cat bite. Um, but they're just animals, you know. There's it's not like they're out to hurt anybody or hunt anybody. They just want to be safe and they want to eat just like any other animal, dude. So I'm hearing something weird. You okay, sweetie? Hmm. Okay. Anyways, I have to check her out a little closer. I can hear her breathing. It's not exactly a whistle, so I don't think it's RI. I think maybe she just has that extra cartilage like we were just talking about, and that's making her a little. Let's see. Let's check her a little closer later. But she doesn't seem lethargic or sick or anything, so I think we're good. Um, yeah, Snake Man Pat. Who is Snake Man Pat? I don't know who that is. Or is that? I don't know if that's like a. I don't know if that's a person or a reference. But welcome to Coffee with Snakes. He does YouTube channel. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of us out there that do YouTube channels. Whoa. Hey, baby. You okay? All right. Yeah, there's a lot of us out there that do YouTube channels, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure who that is. That's a person just like me. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. You know, the more education we get out there about these wonderful animals, the better for them, obviously. Um, so I'm gonna go get the house snake because she's getting a little. You guys see her? She's getting a little irritated being handled. She hasn't been handled a whole lot yet. Um, I'm I'm guessing here in about a month you're gonna see a whole different snake. But we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I've never had a bull snake, so I'm not exactly sure how comfortable I can make them. If anybody here has had a bull snake, feel free to comment about your experience with trying to socialize them. You know, I'd love to see the comments. He does YouTube channel. It's a person just like you. He does the same thing you do. He has like 13 snakes. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's pretty cool, man. I love it when other people own snakes because that means that they're educating, they're carrying these wonderful animals into the future, and that makes me very happy, especially if they're good at it. You know, being good at husbandry, you know, it doesn't take much, and it, you know, kind of depends on how extensive you want to get with the care for your animals. I get pretty detailed with it, just because I'm a snake dad. You know, I've got several species, several snakes, so um, they bring me a lot of zen moments and a lot of great pleasure. So, how about I go get this African house snake? Okay, so let's say bye to the bull for now, because she is just backing up. She doesn't want anything to do with the camera. Are you okay, sweetie? She want anything to do with me? She's had it. She's had it. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, Nate dog? Is this Nate? or if this is my partner Nate that just showed up in the chat. I don't know if that's him or somebody else, but Nate would be a funny. My buddy Nate, um, he actually he's a friend of mine's son, and he has worked for me for a few years now, and now we work together, and he's an absolute delight, dude. He is hilarious. I love him. If you love coffee and snakes, or if you just love coffee, or if you just love snakes. Um, but I've talked about having Nate. I talked with Nate about having him on here. He's a real funny guy. We have a great time together, and I think it'd be interesting to have him at least on an episode, if not in a live stream or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's my Nate or not, but if not, good morning, Nate. I cannot see your profile picture, but thanks for joining us, man. This is my bull snake, and she's awesome. It definitely is. Yeah, okay. All right. Yep, that's my buddy Nate, you guys, and he's a pretty funny guy. We have a great time together. So, is this like the first time you is this like the first time you came to the live stream, dude? Like, what's wrong with you? Thought we were buddies. So, all right, I'm gonna go get this house snake. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, this is my tribe for sure, Candy. It's my tribe. Let me go get the house snake, you guys. So I keep saying that, but I keep look at her. She's so dope. She just does not want to be on camera. Yeah, she's awesome. All right, I'm gonna go switch her out real quick. I'll be right back. Enjoy the background, chat amongst yourselves. I'm gonna put her away, and I'll be back with this cool African house snake. Come on, baby. This will be like this will be like 3 snakes that we got out this week, you guys. Is that's a lot. That's a lot for one live stream, right? That's 3 at least, and we're not even done yet. I think we're like halfway through, right? I'll be right back. Let me go get this other house snake. Other house snake. All right, come on. You go, sweetie. All right, house snake. Okay. I'm gonna introduce you to the show. All right. Super cool. All right, here's my African house snake that I just got a couple weeks ago. And she's beautiful. All black. I don't know if you'll be able to see the iridescence on here or not. Um, but I got her kind of on a whim. I don't believe she was captive bred. I believe she was wild caught or was in with wild caught. When I got her, she actually had a tick. So that's what makes me suspect that she was actually wild caught or was in with wild caught or just had really bad care beforehand. I'm not really sure. Not here to judge. I know the rest of her life with me is going to be awesome. And so, Savvy Plants, I'm sore from head to toe. I'm so tired I couldn't sleep. Oh, oh, come on. Go get some rest, Sonya. What are you doing? So, this is my African house snake. Sonya has several, and this baby is beautiful. He is gorgeous. Look at this guy. See the blue running down him? He is awesome. Oh, you are working. You're always working when we do the live streams. So this is as big, excuse me, as this snake is going to get, right? She's female and she's probably about, I don't know, 3.5 foot long. And it's about as big as she's going to get. She is very beautiful. Let me see you, baby. And I love her. She's not very scared. She's very curious for being for possibly being wild caught. But she doesn't seem to be very head shy. I'm still experimenting with her a little bit. So she's still really new to me. Her and the bull snake are still really, really new to me. So this is always like, you're just seeing me figuring out their different traits and how their personalities are and their characteristics as an individual. She doesn't seem to be as concerned with being handled as like some of my other colubras are. She seems a little more relaxed about it. Like now, she's just kind of sitting there, see, and she's a delight to handle. So, like, these make great pets if you want a snake that not a lot of people have, because not a lot of people keep house snakes compared to boas, ball pythons, the normal species that you see everybody, they carry in pet stores or whatnot. So not a lot of people have house snakes, and they stay small, really easy to feed. Their meals are small, so it stays cheap, really easy to care for. Their setup is pretty much like a ball python. I do run her enclosure a little warmer on the warm side, but I mean, she can live her entire life in a 40-gallon enclosure and she'll be just fine. So if you want something different and that's not everybody has, this is the way to go because they're extremely handleable. They're extremely intelligent, very smart, very curious, and I think I love her. So I don't know, Sonia. I know you're at work, but you have a lot of experience with house snakes. So I'm kind of curious, as if do you what experience do you have with your house snakes when it comes to socializing and like what are some of the differences maybe that you've noticed? I know you don't like own a ball python, but you've been part of the community, the exotic community for a long time. So I kind of wonder if you had anything to add about house snakes. Um, I'm drinking Cafe Bustelo. I think it's the best K-pot coffee there is. I got my blueberry bean. I got some other beans up in the cabinet over here, but this morning it's Easter, and as soon as I'm done with the live stream, I have to run off and do Easter, with the kids and everything. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about African house snakes. Um, they have great personalities. They're curious like human beings. They recognize you. Best for a snake. They're the best snake. That's a matter of opinion. But yeah, I do realize that once, a lot like the ball pythons, once she sniffs, gets a little scent, and she realizes that it's me, because I've handled her enough now that she's not really nervous with me. But when she realizes who I am, a lot like with the ball pythons, they calm right down, and usually will come right out. She hasn't been, I haven't gotten her to the point of choice-based handling yet, but I'm hoping to very soon. I mean, she's already, look at her. She's just chilling, dude. She's just chilling. She's so awesome. And I haven't named her yet. Yep, another one I got to name. But, to be fair, in the last month, I got like 4 new snakes, all different species. So, um, yeah, I don't know what to name her yet. I'll find something, I'm sure. I always do. Something cool. I like to kind of get to know their personalities a little bit beforehand. So, um, Nate, are you still here, Nate? If you're still here, what are you doing? Oh, something I wanted to bring up to you guys. I was thinking about doing like a once a month live stream. I know I've talked about doing live streams on the other platforms I'm on, like Patreon, TikTok, stuff like that. So I was wondering, like, what do you guys think about a different live stream, maybe once a month in the evening? And this way, that'll give me an opportunity to work with the snakes while they're awake and ready. They're not ready to go to bed. Like when we do coffee with snakes, it's early in the morning. The snakes are just getting ready to go back to bed. So then I keep them up for an hour or so. But like then I would have the opportunity to do things like feedings and kind of walk through feedings and how I heat up the frozen thawed, what I'm feeding, how I'm going about, what temperatures I'm getting my rats to. I just think if we did a late night stream once a week or once a month, not once a week, this is a lot already. But if we do like a late live stream once a month, like what platform? Because I was thinking Patreon or TikTok. So you guys let me know what you would rather, if you want to come join that live as well. Let me know what I mean, Patreon's obvious for a few of you, because you're already on my Patreon. But like, when it comes to different platforms, what are you guys on? What platform should I do it on, or should I do it at all? I don't know. I don't know. But there's a lot more going on here in the evenings and at night. Obviously, most of the snakes I have are nocturnal, so they're usually up doing stuff. The lights would be off for that live stream. But I mean, I don't think that'd matter much. So you guys let me know what you think. But I'm gonna try it. Everybody keeps telling me to go live on TikTok, so maybe I'll try that too. I don't know. Whatever you guys think. Let's see. Shirley Ann, huh? After Shirley Ann Jackson. Well, tell me what Shirley Ann Jackson did. I mean, I could look her up. All right. All right. I'll go look it up real quick. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Shirley Ann Jackson. I'm looking her up right now. We got 10 minutes left before I have to get off of here. Shirley Temple. Not Shirley Temple. Shirley Jackson. American writer. American writer. Shirley Ann Jackson. Let me try that. It's a good thing I'm not a secretary, right? Americans and former president. No kidding. Okay. Nice. What was Shirley Ann Jackson known for? Renowned 20th century author celebrated for her mastery of psychological horror. That's not her. That's not her. There it is. Woman of the Hall. Shirley Ann Jackson, noted physicist and former head of the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. So I wonder, okay, I'll look her up a little later and I'll figure out what exactly are her contributions to the scientific community. You know what I mean? So, um, this girl, she is so awesome. I just love working with snakes, man. This is the coolest. I love it. Um, Darwin got a clean bill of health last week at the veterinarian. He got a clean bill of health, and Vera was really snappy when I took her to the vet. I think it really stressed her out. So we didn't get I was trying to get her an original, like her first checkup, so she can be seen and, you okay down there? So she can be seen and we can make sure she doesn't have any parasites or anything like that. But Um, I took her out, and I think this is where I messed up. Okay, because I took her out of her tote at the veterinarian, and I was handling her, and then I put her back, and then I went to take her out again, and she just wasn't having it. So I think between all the smells at the veterinarian and it was chilly that day, and she was just really stressed. So as soon as I can't tell you what she did, because then you know what kind of snake she is, and I haven't introduced her yet. But she snapped at me like 2 or 3 times. She, was hissing at the vet at Doc. So we decided just to give her the old once over, give her a good visual inspection, and maybe try again a different time. She doesn't really have any signs of illnesses or anything like that. She's got a little something by her eye, but we're just kind of keeping an eye on that. But if that doesn't develop into something more serious, then I don't think we really have much to worry about. Um, so I think that checkup went pretty well. I just didn't expect her. She's never been like that with me. Uh, I've never seen her with that attitude. So yeah, it was a little different. You know, I don't own a snake hook because I handle everything that I have, and Vera is actually venomous, right? So she's not like kill you venomous, right? She's like, you don't want to get bit. But she's never been like that. I've never seen her like that. She's always been really sociable and really easy to handle. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. It's just a compound of stresses, I think it was that day. So, um, but yeah, Darwin's episode will be out. And that shows him going through the vet. We did a whole field trip on that episode. So, yeah. Ooh, a baby. She's so cool. She just wraps herself and locks in there, and just that's it. And she knows she didn't like it then. That could have been it, but I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards the fact that I got her out, I put her away. The enclosure, it was a little chilly, like I said, it's a little, so she was cold. She's being handled. She's in a strange place, and um, I think all that compounded just kind of freaked her out a little bit, and I felt really, really bad about it because she is such a beautiful, beautiful snake. And yeah, I really wish it would have went better. Doc came in ready to go. Now I've been to some vets before, and I've heard of some vet horror stories, but this veterinarian, like, this is it. That's my tribe. I'm going there from now on. It's Garrett Veterinary Hospital. It's actually in a different state than where I live in, but it's only like 35 minutes from me or something like that. But she came in already, like, she gave me the confidence that I felt comfortable letting her handle my animals. Some vets say that they handle exotics, but they don't really know much about them. And you can find that out as soon as you start talking with them and, discussing their needs and like where their environment is set at, stuff like that. You have to listen to that vet because some vets will say, "Oh yeah, we service exotic vet or exotic animals," and they may know a little bit about it, but they don't really know more than you probably do. So, always I would always take a vet's advice into consideration for sure. But this vet just she made me feel so comfortable. Like she was like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And then she had never met Vera, so she came in prepared. She had gloves, all that. And like, she had some great advice. Things that I already knew, but she was telling me, and I could tell that like she's worked with exotics quite a bit. So love that place. That's where we're going from now on. This is where this guy's gonna go here in a few weeks to see how she's doing. Yeah, exotics does cover quite a bit. I'm pretty specific. The other thing is, and I made a whole post about it. When I take my animals in there, man, nobody's scared of them. They're extremely interested. They have tons of questions. They want to see them. They're not like, "Ooh, get it away from me." They're not fake about it. You know what I mean? And I really, really enjoy being there because, you know, We love to talk about our snakes. So it's just like, a bunch of people like, can I see it? What is it? What's its name? How big is it? What's it eat? Does it bite? It's like all these things. Like the people in the waiting rooms, they're even interested. But like every time I bring a different species in there, they're like, oh, can I see it? Can I check it out? And when I had Darwin in there last time, Doc actually brought her son in so he could see it because he had a ton of questions. I don't think he's little. He's like 4 or 5 years old, six, something like that. He's a toddler. But, he was like, whoa. So it was really cool. It made me feel really comfortable, and you don't really get that a lot being an exotic owner going out. You guys know. You guys know how it is, I'm sure. Yeah. See, that's cool. Exotics are just kind of becoming like reptiles are becoming more and more popular out my way, and one of those reasons is because of Pittsburgh, my favorite pet store in the world. They've opened up and provided this community access to some pretty interesting animals, and some things I've never heard of before. They've got all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of building that reptile community even more. They're kind of helping enrich it, and that's really cool. When I first walked in there on their soft opening, I just so happened to walk in. Yeah, let's see the puff adder. Okay. If I had one, I'd show it to you. Yeah, puff adder. No, I don't handle venomous. Well, I do, but not like that. Nothing like that. But man, I would love to have something like that. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool, just to own. I don't. I don't have the training to own strongly venomous snakes. Let's say that because I'm responsible enough to know that I don't. If I don't have the experience for it, dude, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to harm the animal. I don't want to get harmed. You know what I mean? I don't want to stress anybody out. So I'm kind of working my way that way. I think with husbandry, um, that's kind of why I have. I got a king snake. I got this other snake that I haven't introduced yet. She's back here in this enclosure. She's venomous, but she's rear fang. So, but her venom it's not a hognose. Don't it's not a hognose snake. But that's kind of why I got those, so I can kind of get into learning to stay away from the head of more aggressive snakes. Like a king snake is really good to start with when you're trying to train for venomous because they're they're known to be bitey snakes because they're snake eaters and they can smell themselves sometimes. Think your meal after they've crawled across you, or if you handled other snakes, and they're kind of bitey. So it's neat to kind of keep them away. To learn how to keep the head out here and away from you. Yeah, I've got a buddy who has several types of rattlesnakes. Gaboon, he's got a Gaboon Viper. That's actually who she came from. Uh, he's got Gaboon Viper. He's got retics. He's got several different rattlesnakes. Um, I was there working on his window, man, and I had somebody with, and my son with me. He's like, "Is that running water by my feet?" Nope, son, that is a rattlesnake. So, yeah, and he raises alligators, and I think he has crocodiles. I don't want to overspeak, but he is. Yes, king snakes are fast. They're really fast. Carl is my king snake, and he loves to bite me. There's a short on my shorts of when I first got him. He just latched on my hand. It was cool. But he's a ruby-eyed lavender king snake, and he's just a baby at this point. But yeah, he's pretty awesome. King snakes are very quick. Like he sits on my hand, and he seems really sociable. You know what I mean? When I'm handling him. But then if I go put him back in his enclosure, he's gone. And he's constantly at his door, like he wants to come out. So I don't mind. I get him out. If he bites me, he bites me. It's whatever, you know. But he hasn't bitten me in a while, so I'm pretty sure he's getting used to me. So, uh, very fast. Pittsburgh. Where are we at? Okay. Let's see the puff adder. Man, how cool would that be? First snake I had was a garter. Dude, garter snakes are awesome. They're so underrated. Garter snakes are so underrated. They're like one of the species you keep several of in one enclosure. Like, it's crazy. Um, they have this really, really cool down at the pet store I frequent quite a bit. They got this really cool garter snake, and I almost bought it. You know what I mean? But I kind of wanted the house snake instead. But I think when I go for garters, I'm gonna try to go for the red-sided California garter. They look really cool to me. Um, what kind of snakes do you own? Snakes now, Scooter? And if you do, what kind of snakes do you own? I'm kind of wondering. And I have, let's see, this is, let's look on the top of these e-panels here. Now look, don't get jealous, nobody come rob me, okay? Because I know I'm one of the only people in the country that have some of these right now. But see this snake here? If anybody can tell me what that is, because I don't think it's a red-sided garter. But look at that. Maybe it's made up. I don't know. But that is a cool looking snake, and I keep seeing it on the front of this thing, and I'm like, dude, I would love to own something like that, right? So, um, yeah, not a lot of these 80-watt heat panels available. I'm probably one of the only people in the country that have them right now, but yeah, don't come rob me. As several of you know, I've been building these enclosures um, for weeks now, and that's what those are for. I ordered those. I ordered like 6 or 7 or 8 of them or something like that, and that's what those are for. Is all these new enclosures. I have one sitting to the left of me here. It's a 4x4, a 4x2x2. That's going to be for somebody else. You know, all the glass closures. You guys watched the last live, not last week because I was sick, but the week before that, I took you guys into the reptile room and kind of gave you a look around. Well, I'm in the middle of changing all those glass enclosures into PVC. So hopefully that's how that's gonna, you know, I'm building that room up more and better, and I'm constantly improving the husbandry and the enclosures and just trying to keep building what I've got. Um, housing 20 snakes is pretty cool, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and I want to stay on point. It's very important to me. I have an albino python. That's cool. Um, I got several. It's a ball python. Am I right? I'm guessing. King's critters. Get Chicago garters. They have red on them. Okay, Chicago garters. I'm going to look that up. Garters aren't on the top of my list, but I think like you guys know I've been talking about the Hog Island for a long time now. So that's what I'm going for, and a file snake. Those are the two that I'm going for. Those are the two next species I really want to get a hold of and add to my collection. I've been talking about the Hog Island boa for a long time, but now I have the ability to house it. So I'm hoping to grab that here sometime this year. I have to do some mitigating, but I'll get there. See, Scooter, where do you live? Buddy of mine has Eastern Diamondback. King snakes are fast. I'm trying to get down the list here because we're actually getting ready. We're actually over time right now. No, I haven't named her yet. I haven't named the house snake yet. Look at her. She's too sweet. I feel like I just want to color her. Yeah, well, the Easter party is until 1. You know what I mean? I just have stuff. I gotta clean my house. I gotta do dishes. If you guys could see I would be embarrassed. I still have my dinner dishes that I didn't do last night, and I should have. That's one of those Australian rainbows. Australian rainbows they can be venomous. Her name is Angela. She's about 12 foot now. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, not a ball, right? Yeah. Yeah, but I don't care about being bit, and I've been pooped on so many times by snakes. I mean, if you're a reptile keeper, these are things that are going to happen to you over the years. You know what I mean? You may be bitten. You're probably going to get pooped on. So things like that don't deter me from species, unfortunately. I know for most people that would probably be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be pooped on. Don't want to be bit. But I actually, you even said to me one time, Sonia, you were like, why do you keep buying bitey snakes? Because they're interesting, because they're more of a challenge and they make me step up my husbandry game. That's why. So I don't mind bitey snakes. I don't mind snakes that, the defenses, the musk on you. I don't mind. I catch garters here all the time, and there's some really, really cool work with garters right now that I think is making them more and more popular. And yeah, she'll carpet you. Yeah, so I mean, really, a garter snake's really cool. I don't mind, I don't mind the challenge basically. So, um, so carpet you up, garters, right? I actually love carpet. I don't know if you're talking about carpet pythons. I love carpet pythons. Love, love, love them. I just hit somebody up the other day about one that they're looking to rehome. And she's a jungle carpet, which I'm really interested in. I almost gonna say too much, ain't I? But this is this one's older, and they're just looking to rehome a bunch of their snakes. So I'm hoping to get that one, and I can show her to you right away. Sonny's got tunnel vision. Yeah, well, I understand her bias for house snakes, man. They're so gentle, and I mean, she's right. Look, they love to cuff up your hands and just kind of chill out and hang out. You know what I mean? This is totally a handleable snake for somebody who is new to um, snakes, man. This is a pretty chill animal. So, yeah, I don't blame her. You know what I mean? For me, I like to be able to switch species up. I want to have, you guys know me, I have lots of, excuse me, I have several different species. So, it keeps it interesting. I can learn more and more and more about it. So, anyways, we're at the top of the hour here. Scooter, I hope you join us next week. Subscribe to the channel. Anybody who's watching, hit the like button, subscribe. We're here every week, Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And I'm always, looking to talk about snakes and drink coffee and hang out with like-minded folks, man. You guys are my tribe, So hope everybody has a great week. Thanks, Candy, for being our moderator. I really appreciate you. Sonia, send me a house snake, Sonia. I'll put them with this one, okay? Okay? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Still want one of your snakes. Yeah, Carter's probably at the Goshen show. Yeah, Carter, I think he's at the Goshen show this morning. Or no, Goshen was yesterday. So, yeah, he's probably at a show this morning. He's an awesome guy, and I love it when he shows up. I love talking with him when I run into him. So, we'll talk. I know we will. You shoot me a text tomorrow or something, okay? All right, guys, I got to get going. Hope to see you here next week. Like and subscribe, all that neat stuff helps. Every little like and subscribe helps the channel out more and more and more. And this week, be on the lookout for Darwin's new episode. So, full episode. Yeah, that's right. So until next time, you guys stay wild, keep your feet on the ground, and I hope everybody has a great Easter. Take care, everyone. I'll see you later. Me to stop streaming. Yes. See you guys.